Right there, this is Tony Porter, Cards and Dice Baseball TV on YouTube. Subscribe. Here I'm looking at the payoff pitch sacrifice bunt chart, which is to me a little strange. If you look at 6, it's a pop out to catcher, runners hold, man on first base is caught napping, out for a double play. So that's on a number 6, which is a number that comes up quite often, whereas the number 3, which is a number that comes up much less, there's a strikeout and a fine bunter draws a walk. Okay, that sounds like something that happens way more often than a double play, a pop up to the catcher and he throws to first and he gets the runner. Now you see that happening, but that is not the typical result, and it's put in a spot that's a typical result. So what I would do here is switch that. I would put the pop out with double play to a 3, and I would make the strikeout with the fine bunter draws a walk, put it into the 6. Now number 7 is another number that comes out very, very often, and that is a chop ground out, which is basically a ball that's bunted too hard. It's going to be a fielder's choice, and if you see there in pencil I wrote fielder's choice. That's fine, that makes sense. Then you have number 8. This is hilarious. This is the funniest one of all. On number 8, again, a number that comes up pretty often. Pitch out, lead runner caught stealing. All right, first of all, this is not a hit and run. Okay, you're not closing your eyes and just heading for second because the guy is gonna, is gonna try to make contact and hit the ball somewhere. You're trying to avoid a double play. This is where you're trying to get to second base, but you got to make sure he lays down the bunt. You just don't indiscriminately run, because if he misses the bunt, you're dead. You're a dead duck. I mean, if it's a bad pitch and he can't reach it to bunt it, you're a dead duck. There's too many bad things that could happen. So that's not how a bunt is played. So number 8 should actually be removed. There's no such thing, and I turn the number 8 into a sacrifice. Because, the two things that really happen the most is a sacrifice, the 3 things, a sacrifice, a strikeout, or a fielder's choice. And those are the things that should be represented in the numbers 6, 7, and 8, primarily because those things happen the most. But to put a couple of things there, like number 8, a pitch out, then he's going to go back to first if he's at first base on a bunt. You're waiting. You're taking a couple of steps, and you're waiting to for the bunt to be laid down. If it's not laid down, you're not going anywhere. Right? You're staying, relatively near the bag so you can get back. Because that makes no sense. Because if that happened, every pitcher would just pitch out every time. Why would you never pitch out? Or why would you just pitch out once in a while? So that's one of the things I want to talk about. Number 9, sack bunt, batter out, runner advances. Then you have 4, a strikeout plus a DP. Head runner, I think they mean lead runner. They say head runner. Caught stealing. Is that another caught stealing? I never even realized that had 2 caught stealings and I didn't fix that. That's another preposterous results. A strikeout, you go back to first if you're being bunted over. You just don't run indiscriminately. I mean, what's going on? You would get benched in college. You would get benched, and you wouldn't see any more playing time if you did something like that. That's preposterous. Anyway, so these are little. So I turned 7 into fielder's choice. I turned 8 into good sacrifice. I turned 6 into a K, so there's no double play there. I turned it into a K, and that's about it. So I have to change number 4 and make that into. Then you have daring runner steals second. So that creates a situation, but it still doesn't make sense because you're not, even if you're an average runner, you're not closing your eyes, and the minute the bunt sign is on, you're just heading for second. You're waiting for the ball to be, for the bunt to be laid down. So it still doesn't make any sense. You could say daring runner steals second, and regular batter gets back safely on number 4, you could do that. So anyway, just wanted to have this talk with you guys about this chart. Take care.